Sounds, the wondrous use of vibration propagating from an acoustic wave, the receptive distinguish of what familiarises us to every creature within ARK, each bellowing a noise to know your friend or foe before seeing it. So what are your favourite sounding creatures? You're right kids, it's Raasclark and welcome to another top 10 as voted by you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share around and let's get into it. So, in at number 10 is the Basilo, offering a blend of eerie wonder. There's something quite therapeutic when travelling the deep blue on one, offering an almost echo-like vibrance transmitting around it, with a sure feeling of travelling undersea, accompanied with a connecting chomp continued to actual chewing when feeding, a quality rarely seen in other creatures, can all be drowned out by the painful cries when hitting a velocity, warning you to turn back to a more relaxing ride. In at number 9 is the Direwolf. What noise doesn't send you into a crazed panic than the howling of a furry canine? Needing a pack to initiate, the familiar moon calling is the sound of a pack buff, and a need to run as its paws bounce along ready to break into a jaw-filled bite on its prey, along with a very subtle sniff and grunt as it looks to expose explorer notes and wounded dinos for you too. In at number 8 is the Astrocetus. As fittingly a whale travelling through space could sound, wailing low-pitched gasps as it filters the air through its enormous body, offering satisfying connects with each pulsating shot fired from its element-stored turrets, offloading of ambergris-fueled grenades, transformative synth-wave tail attacks, and giant crushing down bites. Then there's its warp drive, sounding as close to a short burst of such as you'd imagine, popping into appearance of its location. In at number 7 is the Tech Strider, coming in with a mechanical beast that emits every cog and wheel as they spur into motion, propelling your mount forward, is unlike anything heard before, bringing a sense of scale with these monoliths, and depending on your choice of head or body can offer a range of different sounds, from photon-like blasts sounding similar to an Astrodelphis to more powerful destructive explosions, to its incredibly useful harvesting beam, perfecting the feeling of each resource being sucked out of existence with each destroyed. In at number 6 is the Thorny Dragon. Who'd have expected one of the most underappreciated creatures in ARK to be hitting the mark when it comes to sound? Well, it seems you can't get enough of the gremlin-like gurgles it emits as the spiny lizard prances about its day, with an almost heartwarming touch to it. Though, when the spines come out to play with a swoosh and the claws come out, it's less purr, more grr for the scorched earth icon. In at number 5 is the Dodo. And speaking of icons, is there anything more? Adopted by Dodo decks as its alarm, the gentle chirp of an extinct flightless bird is a warming one, alerting to some easy hide before squawking in alarm at the sign of danger, flapping and chirping even more frequent as it runs, to ring out an orchestra-worth range of squawks as it meets its inevitable demise. In at number 4 is the Giga. When the word run is used, nothing is truer than when hearing the approach of two heavy feet beating the floor with alarming power, especially with a heightened pace, spelling a quick death to anything in range, carrying a fearsome, almost roar-like bite, and the unquestionably distinguishable bellowing roar heightened in frustration in the event of one being enraged. There is almost nothing worse to hear out on your travels. In at number 3 is the Snow Owl. An interesting entry considering it sounding very little like an owl, with a more ambient chirping continuously echoed from it, giving way for most certainly a notable sound of its presence, before launching into an explosion in every sense of noise with each dive bomb, emitting the sound of instant cryostasis as it freezes both itself and surrounding creatures, with an equally ambient bite attack that would fit right into aberration, and synth warp waves as it turns itself to a renewed vision of heat signatures. There's really not much else that sounds so much different. In at number 2 is the Ranus. What would a sounds vid be without this? One of the most recognisable sounds in the snow, and easily tracked for as a result. The fluffy Rex is perhaps more light-footed than it would expect to be, but of course excels in its voice, shouting to the gods as it rains courage for its allies continuously so for more, and then drops the pitch and direction when looking to strike fear as opponents run for the hills with each bellow. On top, it possesses perhaps one of the best bite sounds, feeling more reminiscent of a dinosaur than most, as it lunges its neck and vocal cords for each snack. And before we get to number 1, let's just have a quick special mention to the creatures that didn't just make the cut. And here it is in at number 1, the Reaper. Top of the shop, is there really anything more fearsome than this? Bellowing out a piercing, gurgling screech, which comes in a variety of different pitches and layers, seemingly at random with each roar, along with crippling heavy stomps, a smaller screech when launching into a long distance jump, as well as its acid attacks fizzling on the touch of anything it dissolves, with a satisfying connect with each tail swipe and crunch with each bite, striking fear into any opponent it meets. And there we go, that completes your list for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, comment below. Please do let me know. And what more top 10s do you want to see for voted in the future? My name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, peace out.